Hi and welcome to 50 Shades of Grey. I'm here today with my illustrious son, Zachary.
Illustrious.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It's early. So it's a Sunday morning. We're filming this on Sunday. Sun's out, finally.
Guns out.
As you can see,
Big bake.
Zach's feeling very jaded because he was out all night, as we used to be in our 20s. What a life that was. Good night.
Yeah, first time drinking this year, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really put it away. I can actually hack it so well. I'm actually impressed.
It's not a big thing. It's not a big thing.
No, but like I'm feeling good. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm feeling fresh.
good. I'm glad you are. Where was you? You was in London last night. Rooftop bar.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice. New place in London. This isn't sponsored, by the way. But new place in London called Los Matches, but it was the nuts. It was really good.
Los
Matches. I thought
French.
I thought it was Spanish when I turned up.
It's got to be right.
No, one of my mates kept saying it was Los Noches. So I turned up and I went to the guy who opened the door. I was like, oh, hola, ¿cómo está? And it was a Japanese restaurant. It's like Mexican. So I turned up like, he opened the door. I was like, gracias, mucho gracias. And then I looked and it was Los Matches. So I think and then I looked at the menu, it's a Mexican, so that's Japanese. So I was dropping some loose Spanish game and it wasn't even a Spanish restaurant. It was Japanese.
Japanese.
It's Japanese/Mexican. But it was really good. It's new. They've been open 3 weeks. There's already one in London, but they've just opened one in Liverpool Street. But I would highly recommend. It was massive, but beautiful view. They had covers that are all opened as well. So for summer, because it was quite toasty yesterday, it was really nice.
Toasty.
Yeah.
You've been hanging out with Grandma way too long.
Yeah, doing too many old crosswords. From the 80s. No, it's really good though. I'd highly recommend. But yeah, a few bars and then home early, but started early. So it was good. Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, I do like going. I like going out lunchtime. Actually, it's good.
You just make so much longer of the day.
Yeah,
so I thought
but only if it's nice weather. If it's crap weather,
not 100%. But I'm saying you get so much more of the day because you're done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just done with the rain. Just done with the bloody rain.
Yeah.
Was going to build an ark at one stage, but with a speed that I actually
think global warming will have hit by the time you know that.
Yeah, I'm not the best. I'd have just gone to something else. So welcome to 50 Shades of Grey, like I said. And we were just going to have a chat today around sort of cohabiting with your, I don't like the word kids because you're sort of an adult now, getting into adulthood. And probably as a lot as you do that are married or single, wherever you may be, your kids get to that age where you start it's like living together rather than them living with you. There is a big difference. So I think for me, I do love it. I actually do love having him here, obviously, but it is like having a housemate than sort of living with your kids after a while.
Yeah,
not the same for you.
No, I view it as a friendship, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is, I pay the bill, so it isn't though, because it's like that's always the bottom line of the argument. If I came at you with smoke, do you know what I mean? Like, Dad, can you start pulling your weight? And then you're like, well, pull your weight with the mortgage every month, and I'll be like, yeah, fair play, and it just ends the conversation.
Pull my weight in terms of what? You've obviously got something loaded up.
No, no, I haven't. But
these are the things that we're going to discuss, and I won't take any of them personally.
I do. And Spotify Premium.
Still paying that. So much for the student discount.
Yeah, well, I'd hurry up because I finish in a week.
I'm not getting £15 for Spotify. I'd already had that with Netflix and Bluetooth Prime. No, so go on.
No, so I think you leave washing out. It really annoys me. Like, you don't clean the dishes all the time. It is a bugbear, not going to lie to you. I do, like, you know, when you leave dry, that's what I'm calling it. Like you're a leaver. You leave stuff to dry after you've washed it with cold water, not even washed it properly. You've done it once round and think something's clean, then you just let it brew overnight. And then I've let it marinate overnight, and then I've got to put it all away when I want to use it and still try it.
See,
I'm still going.
Go on.
I'm just going to keep talking so you never get a chance. No, that's the only thing I'd say. Yeah, that's the only thing. Just cleaning like the things, because I make a conscious effort cleaning as I go now. I think I do.
I know you think you do. Let's just analyse your nice statement. So, like, and so how we work, and I don't know how you guys work with your kids at home, but we tend to take it more or less in terms, kind of, with the cooking. Would you say?
Oh, cooking.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, when I'm playing at football, I'd say you do probably more. But
but I was going to say we take it in turns unless the other person is busy, and then like, well, it's easier for me to do it.
Yeah.
So we do that. But what I tend to do is if I'm cooking, I'll actually put stuff for Zach on a plate, put it on the table, and give him a knife and fork. As you do, because it's polite. Where Zach, you'll come down, he's just already eaten his dinner, and he'll look at you with a mouthful of food and go, "Sure," which basically means he's left it on the cooker and not put it on a plate or got you a knife and fork. It's like half a job, Davidson.
Well, you always moan your food's cold. Leave it nice and warm. Then you can't moan.
And so going back to your dishes, like that's because I actually go and get your dish, wash it up, because there's certain dishes that don't go in there. This is boring, but there's certain dishes that don't go in a dishwasher.
There's only three. I'm referring to like Tupperware. And like,
I don't use a Tupperware really.
You do, and you just leave it.
I just feel like that's splitting responsibility of the jobs.
No, it's not, because you don't wash it. I have to wash it all the time, and Tupperware's so boring to wash.
Name me something interesting.
You have to run the tap for like 30 seconds to get it hot, and then like get some bubbles in there. But anyway, no, that's all really. And then. In the bathroom, it does annoy me that you have like one section and that you just migrate over to my side. Like, I don't get how your moisturisers end up, your 15 different moisturisers for every time of the day end up on my side of the, like we have two sinks, they end up on my half, and I'm like, why?
Because your half is always so tidy. My moisturisers just want to go over. You know what
annoyed me the other day? I forgot to say, because I thought I was going to get the for 4 days in a row, 3 days, because I was at my mum's, but 3 days on the spin, you kept leaving the deodorant on your bed and you go to work, and it threw me off. And
yeah, my bad.
I actually thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take all the hair products and stuff and leave it on my bed so you get the message.
Yeah.
And I done it, and I looked at myself in the mirror and went, "Oh, Zach, what are you doing? Just put it back."
Yeah, do you know, sorry, when you say all the hair products, we've only got one.
Yeah, well, anyway, you got the message.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my
It's just happened.
And I hear you. I
hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying, and I shall try to do that better.
Thank you.
However, one thing, Zach's got some lovable, annoying traits that I like, but they just whine. See his latest one. He's like, and I don't get this. And this must be the same as when you're living with people as well. So we do like making drinks, don't we? Like we like a nice drink. If we're going to do a drink,
you're talking about alcohol.
Both really. Even if it's like a cold drink, we use a lot of ice. So I do like a Negroni. And those that never had a Negroni and that you like Campari and gin.
Sweet vermouth as well.
And sweet vermouth, yeah, you should try it. It's very strong, but a nice summer drink. But to do a good Negroni, you need a big ice cube. So we bought these big ice cube trays for the drinks. So what Zach does and I don't know why, we've had this discussion a few times, is he'll use an ice cube and then not fill it up again. Like the ice cube tray, and then just put it back. And then I've kept saying to him, but when I go there when I actually want to drink, there's no ice cubes.
There's 15 cubes in the holder. You don't need 5 cubes per Negroni.
But I don't get it.
Which you've never had in the last year. You've never had a Negroni in the last year.
That's not the point. It's when you do. I went to get a drink the other day. I pulled it out. There was 1 ice cube in it.
I don't want to have to fill up the ice cube tray with 1 when there's 10 other filled in ice cubes every time I make a drink. Okay. I'd rather just fill it up.
Do you know why? Do you know why it's filled up when you go to get a drink?
Because you do it. No, but I do it. I'd fill it up.
Once it's empty?
Yes, once it's empty.
But it's too late.
You know, if anyone ever comes round, then we have ice. I'm like, who comes round? Who are these people you're referring to? Like, we just never need ice. You're like, what if I come home and I want to make 10 Negronis? That's just never happened, is it?
No, I'll give you that.
We don't go through that much ice.
Literally, you're next to the sink already.
I'm not, because I do the ice in the freezer, in the larder. No. I'm not going to keep, like an idiot, bringing out and making more ice. Yeah.
What I like an idiot.
I'd rather buy ice at Sainsbury's, so I just take it out the freezer and I'm like, yeah.
We ain't got room in the freezer.
No, Dad stores all these food he doesn't even eat.
No. It's not such food. It's the glasses are in the freezer.
Yeah, which is my point with the ice. You have 15 cold glasses in the freezer.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
You never know. It's like, why?
You want to be prepared.
No, yeah, but why do you need 15 cold glasses in the freezer?
In case 15 people. I don't know 15 people.
No, you don't.
But maybe 5 people turn up and they want 3 different drinks. So I can make a margarita and a Negroni. And then maybe a little vodka martini. All these we've made, and you can catch them on. By the way, nice.
I'm going to go to a quick commercial.
But generally, I think you get to a stage where it is nice growing up with your kids in your house, and I don't know. I think when I don't see the mortgage thing, I don't ever think about that. I
think that's more a me thing, not even as a boy.
But I think as a parent, you always see it as your, when I say responsibility, not in a bad way, but you always see it as your role to provide a roof for your kids, no matter what age they are.
No, I didn't mean like that, but it's like silly stuff. Like, remember the little bumper sticker Uncle Kurt got us for upstairs? It's like teenagers, if you're sick of living with your stupid parents who nag you all the time and tell you what to do and how to do it, they're like, act now, move out, get a job, buy a house while you still know everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that thing where if you don't like it, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to do it to my kids. If I'm paying for the house and the house is mine, at the end of the day, what I say goes. No shoes in the house. I wear my shoes wherever I want, baby. Do you know what I'm saying? Dad, why can't I wear shoes? Because do you pay the mortgage? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you know what I mean? I'd be one of them. If I want to wear shoes in the house, I wear shoes in the house because it's my house.
No, you can't be like that because you to a certain degree, there are certain things, but I think sometimes there are certain things I think it's changed. There are certain things you understand more as you get older. The classic is turning the lights off, leaving lights on. I always remember that when I was growing up, and you used to think, oh, what's the big deal? But once you're actually paying the bills for the electric, and especially now, electric bloody stupid, ridiculous money. But I think now you learn that as you get older, is that the lights on, it's just money.
I agree. When people do stuff, I think that now, when you get these people running a tap for 10 years when they brush their teeth, and I'm like, what are you doing? And they just leave it hanging. They go off, have a phone call, do some chores, and then the tap's still running whilst they're brushing their teeth, and just turn the tap off.
Yeah. You know? No, especially now.
What are you doing?
Because you realise that when something is on, it's money. No matter if and people go, well, it's only 5p, it's only 10p. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it does bloody mount up over a period of time. Why are you laughing?
It does melt up.
What?
No, he's got really sad. He's like, it does mount up.
You mess up.
Dad's on the meter at work going, Zach, you spent 15p today. What are you had the heating on? He always used to come home and be like, you had the heating on today, and I'd always turn it off just before we rock something home.
No.
Alexa's like, there's motion at the front door.
Well, it's not
First question, not how's your day? How's your day been? It's you had the heating on today.
No.
How's your day been? Is that, you had the heating on?
No, I always said to you about having the heating because I don't want it to be cold.
No, I'm joking.
I know you do sort of take into account that like stuff is expensive, but at the same time, I still don't want you to be. This house is blinking freezing, by the way. I think
it's quite warm actually.
I don't. I think it's a really cold house. I think I've put the insulation in backwards. I think I'm actually.
It's not insulating.
What do you mean?
The insulation's not insulating.
Oh, it's not. It's on backwards. It's actually making outside warmer.
Yeah, it is actually toastier outside sometimes.
Toastier? You've got to stop using the word toastier. I don't think toastier is a word that you should be using at your age. But no, I do think it is nice. And I'm very conscious now. I think our sort of generation, there's all these different generations now, Generation X, and I've lost it after that. I don't know what the other words are.
Alpha.
Which one's Alpha?
Only because it was in my Spanish oral. Generation Alpha's after 2005, 10, I think.
So
I'm Generation X. You was Y. Yeah, I'm Generation Z. You were X. Yeah, you were X. Sorry, and then it's like Alpha next. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, but growing up, there was always a big rush to get like you out of the house and start, you should be doing this now. You should be getting a job now. You should know what you want to do. And I always remember that at school, like going for these stupid, like, career advice when, you're 16. They're like, right, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
But I'm 16. I've got no clue whatsoever. And the choice then was a lot less. But I've always been really big with Zach. Even now, he's coming to the end of uni. He's 22. And I've said to him, listen, you can make no choices whatsoever for the next 2 years and literally sit home and watch TV, and you'll only be 24. You don't be in a rush to make plans and think you've got to do this. You're under no pressure to actually do anything. Not that you're that sort of kid that's going to sit around and do anything, but I don't think you should be thinking about making decisions for the rest of your life when you're 22, because and that's the same as moving out, finding your own place. When you want to, you'll do it. But I think for as long as you can, just enjoy not having those responsibilities, because they're bloody pain once you do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 100%.
But I think I had my first flat when I was 24, and that was...
it's a lot of weight to bear on your shoulders, especially nowadays, how expensive, like, getting mortgages, and it's a lot to bear because you want to save as well. So,
and that's the thing, and also it's just pressure you don't need.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You go and waste money enjoying yourself,
unless you're dying to move out. But I'm lucky I've got sort of 3 homes with like you, mum, and grandma. So when I get like annoyed with one, I can just sod off to the others. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is that what you do?
No,
you don't often get annoyed at me, do you?
No, but sometimes I just like my own space. Like, I like going to grandma's and like just sit in the front room and just on my own.
What are you trying to say?
No, I just like being on my own sometimes. I don't know. I just like my own space. And I just get frustrated, so I just want to go like just somewhere new. I don't know.
That's right, yeah.
I just get like that. I'm a bit weird sometimes. Yeah.
I think I like sitting with you when you want to be on your own. No, and one of the podcasts that we recorded last week, which would be coming out soon, which was one that I really enjoyed actually, was with Annabelle Jones, who's the beauty editor at The Telegraph. And she was talking about empty nest syndrome, at that stage of when your kids leave and you've sort of all of a sudden you've spent most of your life sort of running around worrying about them, doing this and doing that. And I don't think you ever stop worrying about your kids, actually. I think you'll always do that. But that time of when they go and you're suddenly left with this silence of, right, they're not here now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that was an interesting conversation actually last week, and I think you get to a stage where you think you're like, I've got a lot of time now, and sometimes that's not always a good thing, because
No, yeah, I get it's hard. Yeah.
and that ties in with a lot of the stuff that we talk about on the podcast to do with midlife. I would imagine in relationships, you get to the stage. In fact, I had this conversation with a work colleague of mine, and she was saying, like, her and her husband, no, they're going to be absolutely fine when the kids, because they still get on great.
Yeah, because you're with someone that, it's different though.
Well, she said that she knows people that, like, sort of said, like, once the kids go, we've literally got nothing in common at all.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
So I think you get that, and also you'll get sort of single parents that will get, they'll occupy their time with their kids, and then once they sort of go, it is that, well, they've gone now. And I know I had these conversations with Janie on the show actually, in My Mum, Your Dad, and I think she mentioned or referred to that a couple of times, like with her son Will, was off to university, and then suddenly she'd spent all this time,
making him food every day, like doing his, like, washing his clothes, like, drying stuff, filling the ice cream.
No, but
no, you're right. And then you have that, like, empty void, or
thinking, well, I haven't got to do that now, and I think that was the right time. And I think that, sometimes we talk about meeting people in relationships, and I think it is all about timing. And I think you have to be at a time in your life to meet someone that.
Yeah, Matt, you mean with her, like meeting Roger, like Matt? Yeah,
quite nicely. I think with those two.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it was like a perfect storm for both of them, where, they're both at a stage where they're ready to meet someone, they met someone they liked, and it works. And I think sometimes you can meet people that are ideal for you at a stage in your life when there's other stuff going on.
Or you're not ready either sometimes.
Yeah, but it's the same thing though, right? It's like getting to that stage where you meet someone at the right time, at the right place, because you can meet some great people that come in and out of your life at various points, but it just wasn't at the right time for them or at the right time for you. And I think that, it all does tie in together with everything. It's about timing sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And I think, like, even with people going on dating sites, because I get a lot of messages about dating sites and how they are, and what's that?
The sites.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's choosing a time to maybe use them that actually suits you as well, where you've got time to do it, and you're at a stage where you do actually want to meet someone. But at the same time, I think sometimes people are way too eager to meet people. I think, when you get this empty nest sort of syndrome, as it were, just take some time and actually enjoy the time for yourself. And there is an adjustment, I think, probably, where there'll be that silence for a while.
Yeah, you get used to it though.
And enjoy it. Not, suddenly you'll find time that you're up. Now I've got time, I can concentrate. And this is what we spoke about. I spoke about with Annabelle last week, actually. Now you've got time, you can actually concentrate on, diet, fitness. And
yeah, I get what you mean. But I think it's no different to, like, because like grandma always says to me, like, grandma, why do you never pick up the phone and call me? Like, it's like I'm chasing you. Like, it's a two-way street. Do you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, oh yeah, but you're young, like, you got to live your life, and anyway. But my point is, like, say you give me that speech, like, oh yeah, but Zach, like, you say I've moved out at 24, like, you're 24, like, you're gonna live on your own, you got to live your life. But there's no different to you, like, you're not like dying anytime soon, so you can live your life. There's no different to when we both then say in 3 years I'm living on my own, and then so are you. We're both then doing things in our life. Like, it's not just me, I'm like finally at that age I can live my life, do stuff, like I'm leaving you behind. No, you'll then be doing exactly the same for you. Like, I feel like it's the same concepts. Like, you're then doing new stuff, I'm doing new stuff, because then maybe it's different things. Like, for me it might be more career, like I'm building up, and then maybe like getting used to being on my own, or like living on my own. But for you it's the same. Like, is that the same thing with me? Like, I feel like it's the same principle. No?
I've got no idea what you were referring to, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty crystal clear what I was saying.
In relation to what, though?
like just living on your own. I think like it's a new chapter. Like when I move out, it'll be a new chapter for me, but also be a new chapter for like you and my mum. Like I feel like you both then. There'll be stuff that you both can do because you're not looking after me as much. And same for me, there'll be stuff that I can do because I'll have that time to do because I'm living on my own.
I don't feel like I don't do stuff I want to do because of you now anyway.
Well, then it won't be that different then.
No, not
you
for
just
me.
will have a lot more washing up sitting on the counter because...
Guess what? I won't because there'll be less plates.
No, you will. You'll just leave it drying.
So you have plates. Yeah, no, I don't think like in the last probably since you was 18, I kind of do what I want to do because I don't have to pick you up or do this and do that or anything else. So there are things that I choose to do because I still like doing them. And I think how you parent your own kids is from the stuff that you remember you liked your parent doing or parents doing, or you didn't like them doing, so you do that different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think you do that, like silly things like I'll still go down and pick you up from the station because I think, why are you smiling?
Oh,
No, it is.
The odd time, yeah. Walked home from work today. Don't even come at me. I know I didn't ask you to pick me up.
No, but that's the thing. I think I'm not going to chase you around and say, "Might I pick you up?" because you're not. But if you'd have said to me, "Oh, Dad, do me a favour. I've been out all night. I'm shattered. Can you pick me up?" You know I would.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing as a parent for me is knowing, or I want you to know that I'd always have your back with everything. Like, can you come and get me? Like last night, if you'd have called me, well, you did call me to find out where a bar was. But if you called me and said, "Oh, can you pick me up from the station at 12:30?"
Yeah,
I'd go and do it. But also, the same degree, I know if I called you at 12:30 and you was able to do it,
happened many a time.
Yeah, there'd be a 50% chance of you coming to do it.
Yeah, I'd be good apart from Tuesdays at 7 till 5. 7 till 10 doesn't work for me very well.
No, I think that's what it's about. It's about you sort of do things for each other. So I don't think there's anything that I haven't done because I haven't wanted to do it. Because you always still want to feel like a parent as well, I think. But you sort of your relationship sort of changes as well, where you become a little bit more respectful and your roles change. So I can give you my advice if you want it, but I'll only give you it if you ask for it. Really, there are sometimes I'll say to that. But at the same time, you do it to me, going, "I think you've been a bit childish," or, maybe you should do this and maybe you should do that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But that's where we are. So let's have your comments on, growing up with your kids in your house and how you find it. And if you're looking forward to the day when they leave, or you're thinking,
calendar just crossing down.
Crossing days. Dad, why is the 25th circled on the calendar? No reason.
No, nothing.
No reason, but shouldn't you be packing? Yeah. But anyway, thank you for joining us on a little chit chat with me and Zach on 50 Shades Grey. Subscribe, follow us, let us know what you think. Always do like your feedback. We've tried to adjust. Well, I've tried to make sure the sound's better because it was horrendous on a couple of them that I've had to redo.
Yeah, I feel my mate said that.
Did they?
No, I went, it's really good, but just the sound, is
trying to get it, dude. Do you know what I mean?
He went, it just needs to tweak the sound a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You lose interest.
Yeah, there's a lot of technical issues with podcasts I didn't quite realise.
Yeah, we've got it sorted with these two new mics as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
I sound pure coming out this mic.
You sound pure coming out of the mic. It won't come across on the. Feel like we're stuck in space like the first one.
So I'm looking at myself now going, damn, I look 1080p if you feel what I'm saying. But then when I come out, I'm going to be 420 and I'm like, oh.
Why did you
Damn, I look 1080. I'm gonna start
There's one
saying that.
guy commented, he said, any chance that you could get a crystal clear picture or an ungrainy picture? No,
I thought that was about your selfies, not about the podcast.
no, it was about the selfies. No, it was about my selfies.
You got an iPhone 6.5.
And I'll be honest, I don't mind. I'm quite happy to respond to comments like that because I think they're I think one, he had a point. Yeah,
valid.
And two, you only you're learning all the time.
You're only as good as your last podcast.
Screwed off for this one. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for joining us. Subscribe. See you soon.
See you later. Bye bye.